what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media, Newport Beach. This is Missin Curfew. Olbs, the up dog, and back in studio, Jay Swish. What's up, fellas? Jay Swish, welcome back. I apologize. Last time he came, the big fella went down with the old bird flu, I think is what it's called. I was hurting, but I feel back, baby.
Yeah, you had the swine flu, I think, last time. So, you know what? We're take two here, and I came in.
It's not bad having you back, though, eh?
No, it's great. I got the Tide to Go jacket on, too. Jeff Hamilton certified. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play fast. I feel fast. I'm ready for this matchup, boys, tomorrow. I was on the pickleball floor yesterday working on my craft. Singles, I think it's a little different. But I don't know. I kind of like my game. We'll see how it stacks up, fellas.
Yeah, I can't wait. Finally to get on the court. I mean, you know, what better time? Nice little sunny day in Southern Cal. Does that jacket smell like gasoline and champagne still, or do you?
I've had to take. Yeah, I've taken it to the cleaners a couple times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, just a dry rub.
You're taking out the real, like, the quality, success, and the stench of of what it's for. It's a nice jacket.
It is nice, and every
fireproof.
Yeah. Oh, you could start yourself. Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire. You could start yourself right on fire with this fucking thing. But no, any guy that I see, seriously, like I got this at a thrift store on the Lower East Side of Manhattan probably 10 years ago. But it's a Jeff Hamilton, and I don't even know what that fucking means. But every NASCAR guy I see, they go, "Is that a Jeff Hamilton?" I go, "Yeah, fella." He goes, "Oh, that's a nice jacket."
Yeah, fuck, you can fit a lot of stuff in that pocket.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
There's a couple compartments.
Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice.
Whatever you need, baby.
So we got the Heat Daddy in town too, so that's
Yep.
good. So we got the 2-on-2, full fucking no back checking.
No back check.
It's gonna be a great day.
I'm glad to see you guys got a little practice game in though, because I think last time you came in here before I went down, that you guys hadn't even got a practice game in, right? You just been playing tennis.
We've just been playing tennis, and I was trying to work on my serve for tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to play like this little cut with some Johnny Sins on it, a little jizz, or I'm going to throw a heavy topspin and just, you know, kind of just unleash a little power. So I got a couple serves up my sleeves. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Up dog, how's your game? When's the last time you've snapped around?
I haven't played pickleball since probably November.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too. I played the Monday before these beauties came into town, but I haven't played since then.
So when does it be 2-on-2 becomes just a kitchen game, correct? Until a guy makes a mistake or you throw
Maybe it depends who you play with. I played with Loops, shout out to the Stu Cat and Joe DeMarco, and Joe DeMarco didn't get off the baseline once. So
really,
you know, it's up to you. If you want to get to the net and attack, you can, or you can stay back and work on your ground stroke and just keep trying to ham us back. But I'm going to get to the net. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I just think there's no like point from the baseline. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're really going to win, and especially a 2-on-2 match, right? Like unless you throw it like at a guy's feet or really hot in on his hands.
You got to get it. Listen, a good shot is right at our chest.
Yeah.
Just to give you a tip. Like if you think you're in one, you just rip it at our chest, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to play baseline shots, though, because you have to sit back off your serve. You got to wait for it to bounce.
Yep.
And then that's like strategy. Do you hit something hard, or are you just trying to get it just over the fucking mat? You know,
the third shot.
Yeah, the third shot.
It's all part of little strategy that you'll kind of come in, but then it's all execution. Like in life.
Yeah.
And let's call a spade. If Bobby Gucci, aka the Heat Daddy, was sitting in the booth like he was last time in the town, I would say it, you know, so he could hear me. But I'm going to attack Bobby Gucci.
You're going to try to expose him.
I'm going to pop
6 defensemen.
Yeah,
in the playoff league.
Yeah, O'Brien's in tonight. You know,
take him wide,
put it in his corner. You know, make him turn.
Yeah,
make him turn all night.
Okay,
he's got some good footwork though.
Yeah, good forehand.
Tennis court. He's athletic. Like he's got his game.
Good forehand on the tennis.
Kind of like a country club kid a bit.
Yeah,
probably wouldn't admit it, but the East Hampton lifestyle maybe got him.
He's like a white trash country club kid.
Totally,
because he grew up in East Hampton, but that's not who he is.
No, I don't know.
East Hampton, New York.
Yeah, but but a blue collar, like local fisherman family kind of vibe.
So did he hate all the rich kids coming into the
his
summer?
family wasn't off the Mayflower, but he was pretty close to the people that were.
Yeah, like I mean, this is our Wikipedia section of the Bob Gucci, special over here. But his mom is from Queens, like a hardworking blue collar family that kind of hung out in the Hamptons, but weren't that.
Yeah,
not white collar robes.
No, he just He hated I could just picture him hating the old rich kids like
Yeah.
for the summer, and he have his like Yankees hat on, looking at these kids. You don't want to fuck around with Bobby Gucci.
Yeah, rolling around like in a mongoose 10-speed bike, just looking to fuck up some kid
Dude.
for the summer.
We used to go to the Hamptons a lot when we first retired, and Mackel loved it. I gotta be honest, there's tons of talent out there, but the Hamptons was never, to me, the best place in the world. Now, if I had a fucking $25 million shack on the fucking East Hampton, then maybe I'd change my mind. But Montauk, I do like the Surf Lodge. That club is fucking good. We saw Bob Moses there. It was unbelievable. But were you a big Hamptons guy? It's kind of, you got to drive everywhere, and you're fucking stick handle. It's not great.
Totally. Montauk's so far out.
Yeah.
It is the tip of the world, but if you do live in New York and you do want to get away for the weekend, that's a pretty solid little option. But what it does offer for you and me, Obes, if you're out there with a nice little setup for a week, you get to play some of the world's literally best golf courses.
Yeah, that's true.
The golf is insane. It's like modern day, like Ireland, where all the best architects went up there and built literally a dozen top golf courses.
Yeah.
And if you can play that circuit, that's some of the best golf you'll play in the planet. But again, it's New York. It gets a little sticky, but the summers.
You need a helicopter, right? I mean, I guess you got that blade.
No, I mean, no, you're kind of like a 30 to 40 minute drive from all the golf courses, I would say. If you're based like Sag Harbor, where Shaddy is,
Mm-hmm.
it forks out to all the golf courses within like a 40-minute drive. But you deal with traffic on the weekends or whatever, and it'll be nuts. But that's just quality golf.
There was some quality trim out there. There was some quality. What's that place right on the beach club? It's a hotel.
It's
Jimmy Cantaloupe rented a place there for God knows how much money.
it's
Hold on, we got to figure this out.
all the blue umbrellas. Why can't I think of it?
Molly's?
No, it's
Because all those hotels are like boutique style hotels, right? They're not like
except Gurney's.
Gurney's.
Gurney.
Yeah,
Gurney's.
yeah. Gurney's. Nice
good spot.
Real nice spot.
Nice wet deck.
Just a great spot to get pinned. But when you live in California too, you come to these beaches in the Hamptons, and it's like the sand isn't as nice and the water is not as. It's like just left Newport Beach,
Right.
where Loophole had a place on 38th and Seashore. You hit the water, you went too far.
Yes.
What are we doing here? We did it for Mackel, but I was like, let's get back to the West Coast, baby. That's where it's,
Yeah. And when you're out there too, you're like Uppy was saying and kind of alluding to is you're kind of parked way out there. You're stuck. Like you're deep on Long Island. Like sure.
Dude, I took an Uber one night.
Driver almost out there.
Yeah, but it's
dog out the deck.
You're only a pitching wedge away from some high quality talent and
Yeah.
food.
Okay.
Like, so you're right there.
Yeah.
There's a good conglomerate of some humans.
I took an Uber late night from the Hamptons to go back in the city to meet a girl. I don't know what it cost me or how long it took me. I fell asleep, and I'm just like, just drive
Out the
it
city?
from Montauk to the city to down to like the West Village.
Oh my God.
It was the night when Cantaloupe lost his marbles and everything. I'm like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm like going. The girl that I was hanging out with the weekend, she had already left. I'm like, hey, you mind if I'm coming? She's like, how you get here? I'm like, I'm jumping in an Uber. And it wasn't even a big boy Uber. It was whatever I could get my paws on. And I was just in the backseat, feet up.
You're hanging on a Toyota Corolla,
Yeah, fucking like
2013.
1,500 later when I got there, maybe more. It stung. It was stingy.
Really?
That was like my last Hamptons experience.
You get it done though?
Oh, yeah. But I was already, it wasn't a new one. I was
Yeah.
already dating her. She
You
was
did
out
it
there
right.
for the weekend, and she had to get back for work. And I decided to stay another night. And whatever, I was just done. I'm like, let me get the fuck. I want to get, get in the city and kind of. I was flying out of, whatever, Newark the next day or something. I wanted to get back. But
Crazy though. At the end of the day, you're paying for it one way or the other.
you certainly are. But I love Nantucket more than the Hamptons, to be honest with you. Now, you're not going to get the quality of the Hamptons girls and New York's girls, but Nantucket, everything's right there. You can just fucking walk everywhere. It's super easy. I love Nantucket.
Yeah, it's a local spot.
Yeah.
If you come in as an outsider, it's not exactly like.
Is it kind of preppy though? Is it like that East Coast?
It's great. It's an
A
amazing.
lot of khaki pants.
I was gonna say salmon
but it's-
a lot
color,
of khaki
a lot of
pants,
boat
sweaters,
shoes.
a lot
Like
of
that's
sweaters.
not me, Obes. I'm wearing a fucking race car
Hey,
jacket.
you would look good in a pair of khakis. And what's that one store called? Not Tommy Bahamas.
Brooks Brothers.
No, there's one.
Faherty?
Yeah, Faherty.
They're from
You could go into Faherty and come out looking sharp. Faherty makes nice stuff, and you could fit right in with the Nantucket crew.
I'm more of,
Think you pulled
more
off?
of a velvet and velour guy, baby.
Yeah, you can wear that.
lot
That
of
would be a hot mode.
when
Yeah.
beaches are really good. I mean, this one sushi place just goes off. Good hip hop and just hot waitresses. And then you got the chicken box, which is good live.
Chicken box. Great bar. Great bar.
Really?
You don't want to wear a velvet or velour or fucking outfit in the chicken box in July though, but you'll be
toasty.
You'll be breathing right through it.
You'll be in full J.R. Smith mode, taking that tarp off.
Best lobster roll, and I'm not a big lobster roll guy, but it's crew there. Their lobster roll. You want to know what makes it the best? Is the bun is warm, and then the lobster and butter is warm.
So it's Connecticut style.
Is that Connecticut style?
Confirmed.
I hate when the lobster's cold.
Maine style, it's almost like a lobster salad almost. They mix it in with the mayo and everything. So you're a Connecticut guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah.
Yeah, Connecticut.
Yeah.
I'll eat anything.
I actually, another time, speaking of Connecticut,
Lobster, I'm a newfie.
Speaking of Connecticut, I fucking coming in for the weekend in the Hamptons. I'm flying into Newark and I'm going to Loops' place, and I get rerouted from fucking Newark to Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh.
So now I'm like, Mackel, how the fuck do I get to Hartford from, he's like, get to New Haven tonight, stay in New Haven. I had to go like New Haven to somewhere else, to Sag Harbor, to fucking this.
With a ferry.
On a ferry.
Yeah.
Covered. I got my luggage, my carry-on luggage. There's cars. I'm walking on this fucking ferry. I can take an Uber to the ferry, get off, get on, walk my luggage, sit there, get off, get an Uber, go to the next one, do it. It took me like fucking a day to get there.
I mean, you're going through Hartford. That's the American League special.
Nah,
you're going right through the gauntlet, Obes. Planes, trains, and automobiles, baby.
I think that was my
Not
I'm
perfect.
happy to say I haven't been.
Never played against the Wolfpack?
Just say I haven't been to a lot of those shitty AHL cities in the Northeast.
How did they have an NHL team in Hartford, Connecticut? Does that make any sense?
Great
Good
jersey.
unis.
Great jersey.
Great tarp.
Good unis.
Those Cooperalls too they used to rock? Nasty.
Oh, yeah. I like when the Hurricanes pull out
Yeah.
the Whalers. That's the only time I'm cheering for the Hurricanes nowadays. But, boys, before we move on, how was the weekend? How was your weekend, Swishy? What'd you get up to in old Scottsdale?
Well, I've been on a little bit of a runner lately, so I actually, I took the weekend off. I'm not going to lie. I just hung out. Me and Bob Gucci, we went to Hillstone Friday, and then Saturday, yeah, man, I kind of just kicked it, did some work, wrote some jokes, chilling out. I figured this week would be big.
I respect that.
Rolling into Vegas on Sunday, and then we're Miami and then Vancouver coming up. So I looked at my big board. If I'm John Cooper in the War Room over there in Tampa Bay at Amiel Arena, I just kind of looked at my, I'm going to slot in about 10 to 13 drinking days over the next, odd month. I was like, okay, I'll just rest here.
I respect that.
And chill, because rest is a weapon.
Yeah.
So
And going fresh.
going fresh, baby.
Up top, what'd you get up to?
Izzy had her first soccer game.
Oh, wow.
They won. She had a couple goals. She's shipping in. Then I went bowling. I went bowling with our boy Joe DeMarco and his little guys and Stu Cat and their girls. We did bowling, had a little dinner, a yard house, a little
Treat yourself to a yard.
Yeah, a couple IPAs.
6-foot beer.
Yeah, they do have the big boys there.
They got the big boys. Yeah, it's a nice little spot.
Yeah.
Middle of
For
the
the
road.
kids too. Chicken
Pretty good
finger.
golf. Yeah, whatever. And then Sunday played a little early golf with the boys. Nice little.
Who'd you play with Sunday?
Three. I played with the Chaz Man, Kevin, and Evan Knapp.
Oh, nice.
Just prepping. I got the big spring classic this weekend, which is our.
Who are you playing with? Evan Knapp, I heard?
Evan Knapp.
Yeah, you guys can win that for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, he's
He
playing.
lost in a playoff, you and I, a couple years ago.
He's playing as I believe a 9 now. And what are you, scratch?
One.
Yeah, so he's gonna get some shots up. You guys could win it.
We don't go into the tournaments to lose. We got to
Yeah.
go in and win.
I don't know how many of the big boys are playing in it either because the whole, which we're gonna get into. So I think you might have your way into the.
There's not many guys, is there?
None of the boys that I know are playing because, we just got back from Pebble and then they get the whole classic this week. So I don't know. My clubs are on the shelf for 7-10 days, but
I wish I could have went to Pebble. I'd put my clubs on the shelf too.
yeah, I just want to say thank you to Ice Picks Old Man, Todd Pickup, and Danny Lane, who are the partners of Pebble and Invite the Pals. And I mean, Tom Doherty, Brian Gale, Grant Garbers, Dennis Shannon. I mean, the list goes on and on. Pete Shea's an absolute fucking beauty. Joe Moody. It was great. It was great. The weather wasn't perfect the first couple days, but it turned, the golf gods turned for us. I'll tell you what, boys. I went and bought 25 nice Cuban cigars. I think there's about 4 left when I came home. One day, the Saturday on Pebble, I think I smoked, including the golf and after and everything, I think I had like 5 or 6 cigars.
3 aside.
Yeah, I woke up Sunday morning and it wasn't perfect. The sounds, I had an 8 a.m. tea time at Spy and I was just like, got in the shower and a little lung butter. I was like, oh, that's the 6 cigars there up top. But they were nice Cubans. They're slide down nice.
How was each course? Like, was Spy?
Yeah, Spy's great. So
Spy, right?
We go in Thursday. We played a practice round of Pebble on Thursday. It was nice. It was a little rainy, but it was nice, right? And you have the dinner come in that night, meet everyone who you're playing with, blah blah blah, and then we play Spanish. And Spanish is about to get blown up in a year by Gil Hansen, I believe his name is. He's going to redo it. It took them forever to get it by the Coastal Commission and stuff like that. But they're going to if they put a proper course on Spanish Bay, look out. That could make Pebble even more of an electric. But it was raining that day. We battled the elements. Rain gear on, rain gear off. Rain gear on, rain gear off. It was, mentally, it was, you got to bend over, put it on. Then 2 holes later, you take it off. It was a grind, J-Swish.
You double glove when it's raining out?
No.
Really?
I can't double. Never been much of a double glover.
Really?
I like to just raw dog it. You know what I mean?
Double Lucas Glover, yeah. Because I like
my
those,
caddy kept them pretty dry for me, to be honest with you.
but I like those black gloves when you put them on. It makes me feel like a wide receiver when it gets a little rainy out there, choke and poke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It kind of slides nice.
We had to battle the elements, and then Saturday it was perfect. 11 a.m. tee time. Boys got up. Team Brecky went over the range, warmed up. Danny Lane gave me a little tip about keeping the toe of the club up. Like when you bring her back, make sure you keep the toe up. And started drinking early, and I got to number 7 on Pebble. I was 1 under, and then I got to number 9, and I was what was that? I mean, so I was 5 over. When I got to 9, I was like, what just happened there, boys? But kept the buzz going. I shot 76 at Pebble on Saturday. I made 4 birdies. We were 1 back heading into Sunday, and we lost by 2. Shout out to the winning team of Todd Pickup, the Dennis Shannon, Will Tipton, who's another absolute beauty, and unfortunately Rick Weiner, who's a member at Shady, who's actually a good guy, our dub. But they got her done. So Todd Pickup deserves to win it. Everything he does.
Say it. Big Canyon wins that every year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, half the clubs there. Gunnar Gale.
She was up there, right?
Yeah, well, she was there. Gunnar Gale, Will Gale, they were there. They're unbelievable kids. They had a great time. It's just a cool weekend of, golf and drinking, hanging out, and getting banged up in the tap room. But Todd's the man. I mean, every day after golf, we go tap room for 1, back to his room. He had the tunes, all the booze in there, and getting after it. So it was a good time. So I just want to thank you to those boys. But my golf club is J Swish, are in Big Canyon storage, and they're going to stay there for a minute or 2.
Yeah, 10 to 14 days. IR
7 to 10.
7 to 10.
7 to 10. I got to go to the desert next week. I got my family coming out. My dad.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're staying at PGA West. I got my nephews coming out, but I got my dad. I'm warming him up on the Nicholas Tournament course, which is supposed to be somewhat easy. Then we're doing the Pete Dye Mountain course.
Pistol Pete.
And then the last day I said, Peter, we're going on the stadium course. I played the stadium course once with Loops back in the day when we had to leave Newport Beach because the Ducks won the cup. We're like, fuck, where are we going to go, Loops? We got to get the fuck out of here. He's like, let's go to Palm Springs. So we jumped in his Bentley, went out there, got banged up for, felt like 4 or 5 days, and played this Pete Dye Stadium course. And I bet you we lost, I don't know, 20 golf balls each. It's you never played it. It's so fucking hard.
No, I haven't played this.
It's the one they play in the PGA this year. And every year, sorry for the Bob Hope. But so I don't think Peter's going to be able to handle it.
I was going to say, how 3 straight days for Peter?
No, we're playing golf Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Monday. And then other than that, I'm on full uncle duty. So
3 and 4.
3 and 4, baby.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. That Monday round might get canceled too. I just booked it just to have it.
How's Pitter's game?
Pitter's game is he's a bit of a bunter. He doesn't hit it very far off the tee. I got him some new PXG irons for Christmas that he's been hitting back home in the simulators that he started to go a little bit farther. He can't chip, and he's a good putter.
He's a putter.
But his short game is, I've seen him hit some really bad chips. Really bad chips. Really Pitter.
He and I both. Freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah, Pitter.
Updog, good luck in the Spring Classic, buddy.
That's
Go
funny.
get it. The Players Recap presented by Comcast Business, Jay Swish.
The program is brought to you by Comcast Business, powering the PGA Tour with leading networking and connectivity, advanced fiber solutions, and expert partnership.
Attaboy. Crispy rice, bud.
Tape to tape
Crispy
over
rice.
here, eh?
Comcast Business was everywhere.
On to something.
Everywhere at the Players Championship. And what great footage.
Yeah.
How about the one guy that's got to go up on between 16 and 17 in the crane all day?
Yeah, unbelievable.
What if he got a piss? What does he do?
Just heads up.
Yeah, right in the lake?
Little, make it rain.
I'm like thinking,
R. Kelly style.
does he
piss on
have to
someone?
come all the way down to take a leak, or does he just have to like take one in the morning and just hold it up there? You can't be missing the action if you got pissed, or they take shifts or what? That's the first thing I thought. I mean,
What if you got a shit?
yeah, or I thought anything. If you're stuck up there
That's what I mean.
and she's windy and you're like, fuck boys, let me down.
Your crane comes down. It'll go up and down.
Does it?
Yeah, you can bring her up and down, I think.
Okay.
You're not up there for 6 hours.
I don't know how long the guy stays up there, but
Well, I think you can just just bring her down.
Yeah.
And
Got it. You must.
off, switch it up.
What if you miss something?
I wonder if you just took a piss up there. If anyone ever noticed, like, you just like fucking
Don't piss on my face. Only it's right.
Yeah. Oh, I think there must have been a bird shit on me or something.
Wait,
We have a Gatorade bottle up there going on.
Ooh. Pissing in the hot
Gatorade
bottle.
bottle's a veteran move. Bring a big bottle up there, piss in that.
Yeah.
I've never seen the guy come down. I mean, I was playing golf and watching it and blacked out, but I'm like, this guy's been up there for seems like 4 fucking days. Like,
I missed that.
this guy's been up there for 4 days. I asked the boys at Pebble, I'm like, does this guy get a piss break or what? So, but Comcast did an unbelievable job, boys. I don't know how much you guys got to see of it, but I watched as much as I could over the course of the weekend. Just a great tournament.
Yeah.
Never played that course up. It's a course that brings everybody into play, right? You talked about the leaderboard that we're going to go over here right now, like JJ Spawn, who never heard of that fucking guy. Tom Hogue, I know who that is. Lucas Glover, the old veteran, but it's a course that brings guys into play. And I didn't mind. I didn't mind the old Monday morning finish. I woke up, my alarm, turned it on, and watched Rory just fucking put the beat down on that poor guy. So I thought it was great.
It adds an element, a little Monday morning 3-hole playoff, right? Like it'd be great for the players to actually gear up for that, right? Yeah, I think Rory had a thing saying, "What'd you do the night before?" Basically, just chill. You're not going out.
He said he watched the Devils wear Prada and went to bed.
Prada just to get a little
Snapped one up.
That's a girl dad, eh? Him and his wife and daughter, like, let's watch Devil Has Prada. He's like, I got the fucking 3-hole egg tomorrow. I might want to watch fucking Gladiator or something. Like, no, Devil Wears Prada, dad.
Yeah, I guess the smooch after really stole the headlines for the weekend. That he's back with his girl.
I was going to say, he's won, I believe that's his 28th tour win. Yeah. And, we all know he went through going separating, getting divorced, but you don't see him often when he wins, his daughter Poppy or his wife be there. So I think maybe that's why it was a big story.
So maybe this leads into the Masters. If he's got a little mojo going, then
we're going to talk about DraftKings bets, and I want to talk to you guys about that. But I just thought it was a great weekend, and the coverage of it. And we talk about the game of hockey, Swish, about technology and doing different things like the drones they had at the Players Championship. The guy up on 16 is a staple there, but I just thought the coverage, the technology they used, made the golf course look even cooler. And it's a beautiful track to begin with, and people are getting banged up there, but that's the technology I'm talking about hockey. Like, maybe we're going to need Comcast Business in there for the fucking Winter Classic to start shooting this shit.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of that Creator Classic? Did you like that idea with some of those YouTubers going out a day before? Or you were like, that one guy from Barstool took an absolute beaver pelt out of the course. Like, what if someone's nugget would have ended up in that? And like,
the guy from Barstool shot 61 on the back nine.
On 7 holes.
61 he shot.
He didn't even finish the 9.
61. That's tough to do.
Yeah, that's
61.
You're like almost a hazard to the patron.
Frank Borelli was his caddy, and I don't know Kyle, maybe you can look up the guy's name from
Trent from Barstool.
Trent from Barstool. Okay. Yeah, he shot 61.
61.
I got to give Fat Perez credit, man. That guy stole the show. He had the exact putt that Tiger Woods had, better than most.
Yeah, I know.
And he fucking poured it in and made, like, it went viral, obviously. It broke the internet. Like, Fat Perez. Like, this, his fucking boiler. I shouldn't be talking about boilers hanging over, but his fucking boiler on 17, when he put his hands up, it was fucking got in there hanging to his knees. I'm like, Jesus.
Did you see him walk it into, and then he did his famous, like, Euro step? I love when he does the Euro step. Walks it in. That was sick.
Those guys, what are they called? Bob Does Sports?
Bob Does Sports, yeah.
They literally just go around, Uppy, and play golf at sick courses and create content, and that's all they do, right? Swishy, am I missing anything?
Those two guys, I think the Joey Coldcuts guy, now listen, I don't know everything over here, but that Joey Coldcuts guy and Bob Does Sports, I'm pretty sure they were working out in LA at like the Four Seasons together, and that's how they met each other, and then they were like, fuck it, we're done with this, and they went and launched like kind of this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
That's all they do, is just play golf.
And their thing is Have a Nice Day, the hats.
Yeah.
And they had their Have a Nice Day hats in the official merch tent for the players. That's a nice touch.
That is a nice touch. Let's get some Missin Curfew in there.
Get some chin hats and some Missin Curfew hats in there.
100%.
Butter golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, though, like, I think it's a great, and hockey's tried it. I just don't think the creators on our side are that, they move the needle that much. I think they're mostly nerds.
Yeah.
But I think there's a way to, like, it's a way to showcase our sport or the event in general to more of a mass that's only looking at their phone, that's only like, on TikTok. And that's unfortunately like with the world we're living in, but I think it's great. I think the PGA Tour should take a few of their events, not like the Masters, but you could probably fire a US Open in there and let these guys come out on Tuesday, let them fuck around for the back, like let them play the back nine and showcase some of the holes and do some of the fun shit. Because if one thing goes viral, like Fat Prez, it only helps.
Yep.
We can attach brands to it. You can attach, and these creators will want to get creative with it.
Yeah.
I think it's smart.
I thought it was a great idea too. I mean, I didn't know any of the guys besides the Barstool guy and Fat Perez. I saw Paige Brannick out there doing some interviews too. Did notice her. Have heard of her before. But I do think it's great. And I'm with Ups. Like, I don't want to like bag on these NHL creator guys like that were at the Winter Classic or that did the Four Nations, but like, are those the guys that we want selling our game?
Get the People's Insider out there.
Yeah, like, are you not allowed to, if you're an ex-player, you're not allowed to do that stuff though? Does that take you out of the running? Because you and Heat Daddy would have been way better at stuff like that, in my opinion.
It ultimately shouldn't.
Yeah.
Should it? Like,
But you play in the league, so that might take you out of the
But at
running.
the same time, we're at this point in our junction, we're creators or YouTubers, and that's what that is. And to Uppy's point, I just think it's such a good play where you might not get that traditional golf fan that watches every PGA tournament, but people know who Fat Perez is just based on the character he is on YouTube and social media.
They asked Rory about YouTube golf, and he was like, he was like, I don't get, it's obviously not my generation, but like, I don't get why you'd rather watch, YouTube golf than the Players Championship or something like that.
Right.
But
Right.
YouTube golf has taken off, and Bryson DeChambeau's been a big reason why it, when he did it with the bumper trumper and Brady trying to break 50 or whatever, like YouTube golf has taken off.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think there's so many different avenues for kids to watch golf these days, and if you don't want to go down that traditional route, well, here's an avenue for you, and it's smart by the PGA because all press is good press. We know that. That's a tale as old as time, Hopes.
Yeah, I thought it was a great weekend, and shout out to Comcast Business again for doing it. They did an unbelievable job all weekend. It was great. And if you're out there looking for something to do, a little motivation, golf's not a bad way to go. First place, 4.5. Second place, 2.7 million for fucking Akshay Bahada in third, and old Lucas Glover in fifth made 1.3 million. So a little top five at the Players get you 1.3 million.
Yeah.
That's nice, boys. That's nice.
Seven figures on a Sunday. You can take that to Waffle House.
Lucas Glover with that long putter, he just gets the fucking hand out there and just, I'm like, that's a tough look, but whatever it takes.
At what point in your golf game, I've never even thought of it. I'm not a great putter, but at what point do you slide to that broomstick? Is that like?
I'm 41 now, probably the way I'm feeling, about 52.
Is it the way your body feels or just how shitty your putting is?
Both.
It's for sure you're putting. Like, at what point are you pulling out the Harry Potter Nimbus 2000?
No, what is that?
The old broomstick that he flies around on. Like, what are we doing here? You're putting a club face on that thing? That's your flat stick? Hopes? Come on. So, like, even just from a style perspective.
Yes.
I mean, it changed Dennis Shannon. I love. Denny's probably, 55 years old? And the white rhino, we call it. He's got the big white rhino. It has changed his game to where, like, he's now a threat with the putter, where before you're like 5 foot, you're like, ooh, Shane might,
This is maybe an interesting topic, but
Drinking for putting is the best thing, though. Getting drunk is the best thing for putting.
what do you think? How many guys with the long stick have won the Masters with it? You think? Just Adam Scott, just him, right?
VJ, was he using that? Has he won a Masters?
No, VJ was using the one that's just on his arm like Cooch.
Yeah.
But like, how many guys would have won the Masters with a fucking broomstick? I think it's just.
I think Adam Scott is the only guy I can think of.
Maybe Zalatoris would have won if he would have switched quicker.
Yeah, he's too young to be using. Ask me.
Remember how shaky he was though?
Even Akshay Bahada, who's I got to know at the Hero a couple years ago. He's using the long broomstick, and he's young. He's fucking like 23 years old. But whatever. I mean, it just keeps you on playing.
Yeah.
Beecher went to it.
Beachy
went to it. He loves it. I'm hard on the PGA Tour, boys, but listen, I thought it was a great weekend. Congrats to Rory. I'm going to get to Rory in my DraftKings bet segment here. Last but not least, our little golf intro, boys. Shout out again to Todd Pickup. The whole classic at Newport Beach Country Club is this weekend. It's a staple on the Champions Tour. We went through the field. It's a star-studded cast. Look at this: Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, Podrick Harrington, Davis Love the Nerd, Bernhard Longer, Boom Boom, Daly, Stricker, Weirzy, Darren Clark, the mechanic, Miguel Hamel Jimenez, and Jim.
Oh, that is.
What do you call Jim?
What's that?
Jim Furyk, what do you call him?
Jimmy 5 hour.
5 hours.
Because he falls asleep if he doesn't have a 5 hour energy before.
He needs it. He doesn't have it on his hat anymore. He must have lost a deal maybe. But
he might have. But how about the mechanic, Obes? What's the quote he always says? How to stay young?
They said, how do you keep playing good golf and staying young? He said, fast cars and young women.
He's the best.
Yeah, I watched him warm up at the Pro-Am a couple years ago, doing that little knee thing that he does where he gets it going.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen him in he was warming up at the Phoenix Open one year, senior tour there. They played at Phoenix Country Club, and like he was literally like spread eagle on the putting green. He was doing every yoga pose possible, and I think like he was structuring himself like this group of ladies too. You know what I mean? Like he was getting in the cobra position. Just
I know
he stretches it out, man.
I think he does the same hot yoga classes you and Uppy do.
I think we might see him tomorrow if we go.
I think he'll be there 6 o'clock.
I have to go. Let's go scout it out, eh?
Yeah, man. Let me go scout. Well, we do the 6:15. There's a 6 a.m.er though. That's
how great is the Champions Tour though for these guys? Like you win a U.S. Open or Hall of Famer, or a major, or you're Hall of Famer, you're in forever. Like how is that for a nice little pension retirement? Just fucking play on the Champions Tour, 3 rounds in a cart, go to Newport Beach, stay at Vea or the Pendry, wherever they're putting you up. Fuck, unbelievable.
And
no, I think it's
and those purses are still good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who wins this will win like 250 grand.
Yeah.
That's not a bad 3 days work there for guys that are already worth fucking. Check how much Freddie Couples is worth.
Is Stevie Flatstick Stricker playing in?
Stricky's right here.
Yeah, the kid out of Edgerton.
He's right here, Stricky.
Yeah.
He was a good Wisconsin boy.
Edgerton, Wisconsin.
Love the John Deere Classic. Do you not love the John Deere Classic?
Doesn't he just get that pole up there and just cast it? He's like fly fishing.
Just cast it.
He just cast that thing out there.
Rocco Mediate, Colin Montgomery, Corey Pavin. I think even I can hit it farther than Corey Pavin.
I think I like the
David
Champions.
Combs.
I think I like the Champions Tour more than I like the regular tour right now.
Yeah, I think we should go over there tomorrow afternoon after the pickleball game
Yeah.
and see if we can get a camera in there, ice pick, and I'll talk to Todd tonight and see if we can work it out. But either way, I think we should go over there and check it out.
Do you think if we saw the mechanic, he would take an interview?
I think if we had the proper credentials, he would.
That would be unbelievable.
But I think if we just came running up to him, I don't know if, especially if you had the tie jacket, I'm not sure if he would give us the interview. But I mean, if we get in there with the right credentials, he might fall.
So you're saying I got to throw a polo on?
No, I think you wear that right there.
100%.
I think you wear that right there. You be you, baby. But it's a great tournament. It's for big brothers, big sisters. A lot of stuff goes back to the community of Newport Beach. So to Pick and the boys, we'll see you there this week. And I'm with you. I love the Champions Tour. And you see a lot of the old boys using the yellow balls out there.
yeah.
I see a lot of yellow balls because they can't see it. Eh? They need some kits Eyewear. Can't track her down. Would you ever use a yellow golf ball?
Yeah. You know what? Sorry, boys. I want to say Happy St. Patty's Day to you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot. I saw a bunch of green balls the other day, and I was like, fuck, this is a nice touch. A nice green ball. But no, it's a good, I don't know, did you guys have any good green beers on St. Patty's Day?
I celebrated my St. Patty's Day over the weekend, but yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that was my St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, no, I thought,
I had my green on Sunday. I was ready to rock.
Totally.
St. Patty's should never be on Monday.
That's not right, yeah.
Never. Although you get the fucking real beauties out of them.
Yeah.
That'll really do it.
Yeah.
That'll really do it. I actually had an idea where I believe next year, if I'm it should fall on a Tuesday next year, right? Is that how it works? Is it hypothetically? But
Hypothetically, you got to factor in leap years and
How about you right now?
the fucking leap year.
you know,
They got to factor in the fucking leap year.
is it? I mean, who knows when it's going to be a leap year? Like,
Right?
Is
fuck
it
if
always
I know.
March 17th?
It is.
It is.
Okay,
Confirmed.
so March 17th next year is a Tuesday. Yeah, you're right.
We should try to do a show at fucking like Muldoon's or something early. We'd have to go early.
Because it was packed there.
Yeah, but if we got in there early, we'd have to ask Gabriel and the boys. I don't know if they'd be okay with it, but it would be fun to do a show next St. Patty's Day at an Irish pub. Of Shamrock's just too small to do it.
What's that spot that had the Irish coffee? It's kind of by Cassidy's. It starts with an M.
Malarkey's.
Malarkey's. They said they have the best Irish coffee on their fucking sign.
Did you get one?
I haven't had one yet.
Wow.
Probably this week.
Do you think Muldoon's would let us do a show in there?
So, on the patio.
Like if we did like a 8 a.m.er and then we just stayed there after we wrapped, we just stay there.
It's a great, I mean, that bar is incredible. Bar.
Yeah, because that's the real true St. Patty's Day tradition is you're supposed to wake up and go right to the pub immediately. Like you're supposed to be as drunk as you possibly can by like 5 o'clock, like done. It's not supposed to be anything. It's get up early and get as drunk as you possibly can. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it yesterday. I woke up fucking shaking the cobwebs, man. I must have had 100 drinks there. A lot of Jameson too, so I celebrated my St. Patty's. But happy St. Patty's.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's.
Did you have a couple? Where'd you go?
I didn't.
You did?
I just drank a bottle of wine last night, but I was more.
So it was just like every other day. Yeah.
No, I was just the green balls. When you mentioned the yellow balls, I saw some green nuggets, and I was like thinking, "Oh, that's a nice touch. A good green St. Patty's Day nugget."
So Jay Swiss, the wine, what's his name? Mr. Poe, Stephen Poe.
Poe, yeah.
What is he called? A wine
The sommelier.
sommelier.
Yeah.
He sees Upshaw coming. He fucking sits down. I walked by the other day. He was drawing him a map of France, and
I still didn't pull the trigger on that.
He's just showing him where all these reds come from.
I was like, hey, easy on my business partner there, fella. Don't be bleeding him dry here.
No shit. Is he bringing him in by the crates for Uppy?
Yeah. Well,
It's all by the box.
Yeah.
one day.
Bottle or 12 bottle.
How many wine fridges do you have in your house? Somebody asked me
I
that.
got 2. But they're like $300 packages. They're not.
No, but how big are they?
They're like they're probably 100. They're 100 bottle.
100 bottles.
8 bottle. Yeah. More, no, maybe more. 120 bottles.
So you have 240. You got room for 240 bottles of wine in your house. How many fucking bottles of wine do you think you have right now at your establishment?
Probably 60. I'd like to. No,
What's your go-to? Are you a Pinot or a Cab?
I like cabs. Yeah, I'm a good cab. I like French, like Burgundy, so blend.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
This guy's
like
gonna be
French Burgundies or California cabs. And I really like the 36 Vineyards. Is really nice.
Yeah, I got a nice bottle of that.
I buy that by the case. Yeah,
That's Cam Ward, right?
that's Cam Ward spot. Yeah,
I do a thing up I guess it would be every month or every couple months. Duckhorn sends me 2 bottles every month.
oh nice. You're in the wine club.
Yeah, I'm in a wine club.
Did someone give you a gift for that?
I went up to Napa Valley there and signed
Oh,
up.
that's nice.
Was drunk at the Duckhorn.
I've never been to Napa.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm taking Mac Miller for a birthday, July 10th.
Nice.
Already paid for it. I got it cheaper. Got a discount.
Yeah,
You book early, you get a discount.
Pay it forward, Obi. Pay it forward, baby.
Pay for it, baby.
You're all in.
I have and actually Ovi got me it as a gift, but it's a fucking carry-on thing.
Oh yeah,
Wine, like it has room for 12 bottles.
yeah.
It's a fucking carry-on. It's sick. You put them in there nice. It's got the foam. So I'm like sending the pictures to the boys. They're all sending photos of like their outfits for the weekend or the clubs. And I'm like, how about this? And I didn't really spark much of like excitement. And I'm like, you guys not like drinking or?
Yeah.
So I showed up to this thing and like not many of the guys drank wine. I was literally slugging this by myself. Bozak
On a golf
wine glass. Yeah. It was
What
crazy.
were they drinking? Whiskey or not?
No, they weren't even really drinking. I guess training camp was just around the corner.
All there was still in the National League.
A bunch of guys still.
Okay.
But I'm still thinking, like, let's have a couple bottles.
Well, that's how you thought. But yeah. But you never fought your weight. So for you, like, you're like, whatever, like, I can drink before camp, right? Like, you were never worried about.
I know that we're walking 2 rounds a day. Like, let's just have a couple.
I'm just saying, if I was on a golf trip 2 weeks before camp, I would have been walking all right. I would have been walking and not eating.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have been boozing wine with you, just like in my personal, the way I was built. But was there any retired guys there that weren't drinking? Because those guys should be putting on the milk carton on this show right now.
No one was like a pure wino.
Yeah.
Even Stas was like,
You know what I was sipping on too, boys? I got Dory. Shout out Thomas J. Dory, the 30. Picked me up a nice bottle of Blue Label. And fuck, every night I was drinking that. Drank the whole bottle in about 3 days. It's not bad, right?
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a sipper.
A little third.
Yeah.
Third a day.
You go with the one rock in there.
Then I had a big
two
bottle of Jameson there too for us, just like a little crack of that.
Chasing it down with Jameson.
Everyone's drinking tequila. I made Will Gale drink some Blue Label. I'm like, what do you got in a glass there? He's like, tequila. Come here, fella. Let's get you a real fuck. And he was like, oh my, that's the good stuff there, fella. That's the good stuff.
Awesome.
Man, I was hurting the last couple of days though. But a swim, cold tub, steamer, I'm back, I think.
Boy, you're back.
4 days of golf's a lot ups. Four rounds, 4 days. I'm more of a 2-day guy, in and out. But it was a great trip. So let's not forget that this show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. We'll be right back, boys. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. DraftKings bets presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Back to the Players Championship. A lot of golf talk here today, boys. Updog, you took Rory to win it on our Comcast Business Players Championship preview. And after the second round, he was, I believe, 1 back. I think he was 1 or 2 back, or maybe he was leading. Anyways, on DraftKings Sportsbook, he was plus 350. So after dinner at Pebble, I threw a little tickle on him there, right? Then he's kind of slashed around on Saturday. I got him at plus 600 on Saturday night. Now, I was so pinned at Pebble that I woke up Monday, and when I watched it, I forgot that I put the second bet on 600 on him. So I really didn't even know I had it. He won it. So I ended up doing all right with Rory, Betty. I got basically plus 850 on, $1,500 bets. So it was pretty nice for me, but that's when you know you're pinned, when you forgot that you put that bet in there.
Well, I'm glad that my promotion of Rory coming in strong was making you some cash, but that's good.
Yeah, he was just, you talked about the Players' Championship and all the guys on the leaderboard and how there's no names, right? That Colin Morikawa was up there. And I talked to you last week about Colin Morikawa, how he didn't talk to the press and all that shit. And I was like, this guy's a bit of a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, he's a pussy, right? Like, I don't know him, but he just seems like a pussy. And the rest of the guys up there had never been there before. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go with Rory. He's been there. He's off to a great start. I've heard about how he's changed his wedges and he's hitting these little flighted shots. And so that was my mindset going in, that he had been there. The pressure was going to get to these guys, but fucking Rory had to make a 5 or 6 footer on 18, 2-putted from like 70 feet to get in the playoff. So he sacked up a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, this tournament brought back like the way. Yeah, it's golf season now, right? It feels like you want to, not only do you want to be out there, but you want to watch the PGA Tour on TV. You want to start gambling on it. You want to pick like your favorite players to win these big tournaments. And I just think that was why seeing Rory's name there, you're like, all right, start the season off. Start this start the big season off with a big win.
Yeah.
One of the tour stars. And I just thought Rory was the perfect guy.
So we've got 2 wins. He's won Pebble and he's won the Players.
But it's like
I'm going to bet him.
season,
I'm going to bet him.
Let's go.
I'm going to bet him for the Masters. I don't know if you could pull up what the odds are right now.
Yeah, let's look it up.
I'm going to bet him Jay Swish. Do you think he has the nuts to be able to pull, like the pressure of him going in there? I still don't know. I'm going to bet him just because I got it. But what do you think?
I mean, listen, I'm not a guy on the Golf Channel here by any means, but don't you think when the chips are down a little bit, he gets nervous? And it's weird for a player of his stature to these big moments. Sometimes I feel like unless he has a really big outright lead, like is Rory McIlroy a guy that if he's down a shot or two going into Sunday, can he go out there and shoot 66 to win a tournament? Oops. Like, is he a guy like that, or is he one of those guys where I think just a lot of the times it's like he's got to be up a lot to feel comfortable out there, especially on a Sunday, is one thing I've always noticed over the years.
Yeah, I think there we go, right there. Plus 650.
Oh, I just pulled it up. Yeah.
Plus 650 and DraftKings.
Where's Dustin Snow Johnson?
He's going to be way down there.
Is he?
He hasn't even been playing. He's playing, but there he is.
Plus 6,500. He could go spooky low in his home state of Georgia.
He could. He's from South Carolina, but yeah, close now.
I like Fleetwood, Fairway Jesus.
Fairway Jesus, man. He just can't putt when it comes down to it. But to answer your thing about Rory, like I think in a normal event, even in a major, he can do it. But like to complete the career Grand Slam, can he handle the pressure of that week? Because everyone's going to be talking about it. He's got 2 wins. I don't know. I'm going to bet him, but I'm a little nervous that if he's got the ball sack to do it. But I think his game's as good as it's been, boys. So I just wanted to say thank you to Rory. Thank you to Updog. Way to put him on my radar. A couple other bets I had over the weekend. The Red Wings over the Sabres was earlier last week. I just looked at that game as that's a game you have to win, right? If you're the Detroit Red Wings, you cannot lose that fucking game at home. They tried to. They found a way to win it. Last night I had a Leafs Lightning parlay. Thank you to John Cooper and the Leafs. And I just want to tell the fellas out there, bet the Avs the rest of the way in. Bet the Avs the rest of the way in here. They're back. Bet them. Bet them at home especially. I'm riding the Avs the rest of the way up, dog.
Yeah, I was just feeling it, boys. We're talking about bets. I was feeling it going into this. Like, I couldn't miss. I go
from football season.
I go 3-1, but even just tiptoeing out of the football into the hockey, and I'm like, all right. And then I got stung 2 games of the Vegas Golden Knights this weekend. I would get into that Milk Carton here shortly, but like, God, it's just you realize just how difficult hockey bets are.
Yeah, you're gonna get stung.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Vegas Golden Knights. Like you got Ikes going into Buffalo, like. Fucking
that was tough
on a noon game.
Matinee.
Like, let's go
at the bump.
At the
Key Bump Arena.
The Key Bump Arena. I'm like, this is to turn the lights out. Let's go. Tough one.
Yeah, that's a bad beat. That would fall under the category of DraftKings bad beats too. Like that's a bad beat. Like you think they go in there, find a way to get it done. Buffalo scores with 13 seconds left in the game. It's like that's when you look up to the gambling gods are like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
But I will jump on your bandwagon here, Obes, where we've found a really good niche towards the last couple NHL seasons where you do find those teams that are getting hot at the right time, made good moves at the deadline, got good goaltending, are tough home teams to beat, and you just fucking hit them.
Yeah.
You expect them to go, 14-3.
Yeah.
coming in.
Fuck yeah, they
And
better.
Yeah, and then you're going to make money.
I'm about, the Oilers are about to go on a run here too. They got 67 games played, so 15 games left. What,
Yeah.
Got my math right? They got to go on a run here. Like, what are they waiting for? They've won 2 straight though. I'm going to hammer. I got the Oilers today against Nicky Schmaltz in the hockey.
I know
club.
you were
Sorry,
telling me about that.
Sorry about that, bud.
Don't sleep on the hockey club, though. I hope you win your bet. I'm just saying, the hockey club, man, they're looking good. I watched them last week against Toronto. Their defensive core is coming together. They got that right side I really like with Kesselring. You obviously have Dursey there, and this kid, Marino, is playing really well since coming back from a back injury. So I like their right side. Sergachev playing upwards of 25, 30 minutes. Obi, that's a good club. Like, I think they're going to get in.
That's good back. That's good back end right there.
That's good back end.
That's a real good back end.
Pretty good. Nice little like jersey too.
Ole Mata, that guy's made a lot of dough for a guy who really can't make a play, but he blocks everything.
Yeah, and sometimes you're watching him, he's like, uncle, fucking pass the puck.
Yeah, move it.
And so one thing, he like always rounds the net, and I think like in his head for a split second, he thinks he's going to go coast to coast every time, where you just move the puck up the ice. Because as a forward up, you like, when you see a D-man with all that space, it's like, move the puck. Otherwise, you just end up all getting scrunched in between your own red line and the offensive blue line, and then just dump it in. You can't even get a forecheck.
Just move the puck up, boys. Move it up.
No, I used to hate when fucking forwards say that. Move it up, fucking move it up quick. But they're right. I like to go D to D, a little hingy. I hit the far side winger.
You know what I mean? Though, when you see that defenseman that's skating up the ice and he just gets it all congested, like from the red line in, and then you end up dumping the puck and no one has any speed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You got to spread the game out, baby.
I got no problem with the hockey club game.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you look up on DraftKings to get in the playoffs for the Western Conference in the wild card? Right now, we got the Minnesota Wild with 81. They're lucky they banked a lot of points early on.
Do you see their lineup right now?
I feel bad. I feel bad for Billy Guerin and who's their coach, John Hines.
Nice playoffs. What do you want to hear, fella?
I want to hear the odds between Vancouver, St. Louis, and Calgary and the hockey club to get in.
Vancouver's got to 125 plus.
Plus 125. Wow.
Utah Hockey Club plus 380. St. Louis Blues plus 240. Calgary Flames plus 360.
I'm worried about the Flames.
They're cooked.
They're done.
I'm sorry, Mark Prince, but they're cooked.
Yeah, they looked tired last night against the Leafs. I was just like, fuck, this team doesn't look like a playoff team. I think, who I think looks tired too is that Dustin Wolf, who, being a rookie goaltender, you know what I mean? And then you're fucking like...
You got to get your team in, essentially. Like, you got to be the guy every night.
And I'll say one thing, I'm no goalie coach here, but when you're an undersized goaltender like that and you do start getting tired, and like last night to me watching the game, there ought to be a lot of net. Like, 13 career goals over here, but I'm looking at this guy between the pipes, and Nylander and these boys are licking their, like, he looked really small last night. And I think fatigue might have something to do with that,
Yeah, maybe he's not getting pressing out to the top of the blue paint, Obi, and there's just more net to shoot out.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than, especially those snipers, and you're looking at that net, you're like, even Matthews on the half wall there, like, just right by his ear. It's just no-brainer.
I'm going to say, I'm an ex-Vancouver Canuck, and I'll be honest, since they traded JT Miller, I can't get on board. I'm sorry, Canucks fans. I just fucking can't. I mean, they are hanging in there. It's a credit to Rick Talk and their coaching staff. Quinn Hughes, Lankinen's kicking. I think the St. Louis Blues get in. I said that earlier in the year when they were plus 900, Swishy, was me, you, and Updog on the show. I liked it then. I think they're a playoff team. Man.
They are a much different team with Cam Fowler. Oh, he is unbelievable, and it's about time he got stuck at this, God forbidden place that was just very. No, like it's true. He could have been moved 3-4 years ago to really help the Ducks at the time rebuild Obes, and they kept him. And he's still got game, but imagine he moved in his heyday for real big pieces. The Ducks would be a better team, and we'd see a lot more hockey out of Cam Fowler.
Yeah, he's been great.
He is.
Who's playing really well for them since coming back from injury too is Nick Leddy. Nick Leddy's been playing really well, man. He's skating well, and despite losing Parayko, Leddy looks really good.
It's also a great back end. There's no Parayko.
Great back end. Oh yeah, Parayko's out. I tell you what, when Nick Leddy first came at the Blackhawks, watching him skate, I was like, Jesus Christ,
still skates.
This guy's going to play forever, which he's doing. I like this club. I think they're going to get in. You know who fucked me last night, though, boys? I had the Columbus Blue Jackets at home against the fucking New Jersey Devils. No Jack Hughes, no Dougie Hamilton, and your boy Jake Allen absolutely stood on his head. But it also was watching a team like, they got the empty netter, and they got Boone Jenner out there with the goalie pulled, and he like dumps it in, and I'm like, fella, get the line, maybe stop up and make a play. Like, They just don't have the skill, do they, to get in? Like, Monahan's still out. Like, they just don't have the top-end guys to get in, I don't think.
Yeah, but they got the hockey gods with them, and I just
sure.
they're rallying around, a tragedy earlier in the summer, and I just think there is mojo with that team. Something tells me, Werenski, like, you could make a case he might win the Norris Opes. Like, this guy, he's kind of willing that team from the back end out to really be in contention throughout the year, and we'll see through the stretch run.
Yeah, this is another problem I had watching them. When your first line's all Russians, I don't know if you're fucking getting in either. Look at Chitkov, Vorkunov, and fucking, how you say their guy's name?
Marchenko.
He's sick.
Vorkunov.
Can you have a top all Russian lineups? You can't have a top all. You can't.
Oh, you can't.
You can't.
Look how greasy this team is. Look at that third line. Ashton Reese, Danforth, and Olivier.
Yeah. Olivier was out there. Olivier was out there with the goalie pulled.
Why is
he wasn't.
Tilly playing number one center?
They put the Russian fucking three together here.
We used to have the vowel line in Nashville. Vladimir Orzog, Marty Erat, and Arkhipov.
Marty Erat was a vowel line. He was a good player.
Yeah, Marty Erat was a good player.
They need Monahan back on that team.
They do.
He's been out forever, hasn't he?
The back end's pretty nice,
though. Their D's good. This Provorov's going to get paid. I don't know if he's going to stay in Columbus, but he's going to get paid. Their back end's good. Jack Johnson's still out there just keeping it simple. I'm like, fuck. Maybe I should have stayed at the bar a little bit more. Maybe I should have. Look, they're pretty banged up, though. Like, Cole Sillinger's a good little player. Branson's been out forever.
Yeah, he's coming back. I saw his Instagram. He's coming back.
Jack Johnson's still playing. Was he an 87 born? So that makes him 37, 38. Wow.
I didn't know their starting goalie was out either. Elvis Marlakis. They're not going to get in without him. They've lost 4 straight, but it would be an unbelievable story. There's great runs in the playoffs right now, boys, to get in the dance. DraftKings, always bet responsibly. Avs every fucking night, and especially at home, boys. But I'm taking them Wednesday night. They're going in to play Toronto. I'm not even hesitating. I'm taking the Avs going into Toronto.
That should be a pretty even
TNT game. TNT game, baby.
TNT.
Get some skin in the game, but always gamble responsibly, boys, at DraftKings Sportsbook. Jay Swish, it's time to get this guy a beer, fella.
Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get your gear. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up at rewards.labattusa.com. Buffalo, New York, fellas.
Somebody restocked the Labatt Blue fridge because the Updog and Richie fella put a fucking dent in her there last Tuesday, but that's been restocked. Kyle, did you restock that, or who restocked that for the boys?
Yeah, it was a little collaborative effort, Ice Pick and I.
Attaboy, Ice Pick. You must have had 6 there. She was sliding, eh?
Ice Pick comes in, that's the first thing you notice is, oh shit, we need beer.
Ice Pick's a big beer guy.
Yep, he loves his beer.
Drive here, Uber home.
Ice Pick, what do you think of the Blue Lights fella? You like them?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I never had one until I took the job, so yeah, I like them.
The Pickup family in general can drink beer. They're just good beer drinkers. They're just good, solid beer drinkers.
I was getting lapped at the fella tour in Kansas City. I was sitting in the lobby with Pick, and I have 1, he has 3.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
how it was.
You got to tread carefully with the pickups, man, and they never have to piss. You ever have to piss, Ice Pick? Your old man never goes to the bathroom.
Well, I always feel like I have to, but then I hang out with my dad, and it's night and day. So
never break the seal, huh?
No, he's the same way.
I don't piss. Yeah.
PJ, shout out to the big guy. Same way, beer drinker, never pisses.
Really?
I go to music festivals with these guys. My whole night is around like how close the pisser is, where I got to go. Like it's
after like 4 of them, it's 1 beer, 1 piss.
Yeah,
it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
not perfect.
It's not perfect, fella. But I'll tell you what is perfect. Get this guy Labatt Blue. Kyle, lead us off, fella. You want to dish a Labatt Blue to the grade 8?
Just a quick little Labatt. He deserves them for many reasons, but this one, just a little unselfish play. Had the puck at center ice against the Ducks the other night. Had a look at the empty net. He's got 8 empty netters this year, and instead gave the puck over to Protas, who's just a stud. I think he's almost got 30 this year, and that was his first career hat trick. So a beer to Ovi, sharing the wealth, and he's getting closer and closer every day, boys.
I watched that shift, boys. If you could pull up this fucking 2-minute shift by Ovi with the empty net, it was fucking hilarious. Like, I mean, he didn't really take a hard stride unless it got chipped out to the fucking zone, and he tried to get it, and then he couldn't get it, then they tried to get it to him, they couldn't get it to him, then he came back in, and then he finally got it out, and he saw Protas up there, and he just finally realized, fuck it, I'll just take the apple and kind of chipped it to him. But if we could find the shift, like the whole shift, we're not going to be able to pull that. I was thinking uppy because he doesn't like over at the empty netters.
Was he just straight-legged at the whole time?
Buddy, he was out there for the 2-minute mark. That's a nice little dish.
That is.
But the shift was hilarious. They were trying their hardest to get it to him. And you can see here, watch, Protas apologizes. He says sorry.
Great game, though, boys. I went to the first 2 periods of this game.
Right? See?
Great hockey.
He's like, don't worry about it. Yeah, which, by the way, usually it's tough to get 7 on the Ducks, man.
Fuck that kid.
That Lucas Dostal guy's a fucking 10.
Not a big guy.
No, he can kick.
Coach, does he have 30 yet? He's got to be close.
Look at all those hats for an away game. That's a lot of hats.
There was lots of Caps fans there.
That's a nice dish from Ovi.
Should he turn back and give it to Ovi? I thought that at the time. Did he just turn back and try to give it to Ovi?
But then, yeah,
I get 6'4".
6'4", you're right. Probably.
I think I
His hat trick. What are we talking about?
That's Ovi.
No, it's your hat trick.
You don't want to be Vegas where you give that puck up and then you lose the game.
Yeah, but it was 6'4" with 20 seconds left.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Hattie, fuck.
I was watching. I thought,
Go for the Hattie. Probably. You're right. Yeah, well, yeah.
Pumped it. Ovi had 3 apples.
Yeah,
I know, but imagine you tight turn it, bring it back, backhand sausage to Ovi, knocks it in. He's only 7 away from guts. How much better is the fucking bus ride flight home if Ovi got that one? Do we care about Protas' fucking hat trick? I don't know.
Yeah, but he made that goal more than Ovi.
Beaky 30-goal season for this guy.
Yeah, no. If he's trying to hit a bonus,
That's what I'm saying. For the scratch, too, even though going into negotiations, got that hat trick. If you're an agent, can kind of talk about that. I don't know.
let's see how many goals he's got.
So before the game, I brought Beckham that morning, right, boys? And he was the first guy out on the ice. And what he was doing, I was behind one of the nets, and he was from center with the trainer and the pucks. He was like flipping them to try to like land it on top of the net. And he flipped a couple over that landed outside the glass. And Beckham one time was down there just fucking doing a thing with his mini stick, and one just missed his head. And he's like, I'm like, don't worry, it's all good. Like, yeah, fuck, the kid's strong anyway.
Yeah.
He's got 29 goals.
29.
I want to touch on that because Beckham got a stick from Ovi, right?
Yeah.
So do you know, like on the back side of the stick, boys, where it says like for professional use only?
Yeah.
Does that stick? Because Ovi's normally they say for Ovi use only or something like that. It's something really cool. You got to check it out when you get home.
Yeah. I will tell you what, on his tape, because he just uses black tape from the tip on, like from a half blade onto the tip, and on the heel is like a really sticky material. It's almost like tape,
but it's not the double-sided tape, like the friction tape.
It's not. It's part of the blade. I'm sure it's his own little pattern, but
but
man, he has, because I've had a stick of his for probably 10 years now. When I played, it's the same curve, a little bit longer. So maybe he doesn't want to bend over as much.
Oh, you're saying
He definitely doesn't want to fucking bend over as much.
But same curve, boys. He's used that curve since he was a kid, and that thing is a.
That seems to be working all right for him. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fucking doctor that. Hey, let me change the new curve, eh?
But by the way, boys, when we came to the NHL,
yeah,
they were doing.
They were
curves.
illegal curves.
That thing is so illegal. Him and Kovalchuk,
who just retired, by the way.
Yes,
just retired.
His curve was like that when we were kids. We'd always be like, these, and then, but the thing was the Russians couldn't have, when you used to play them, they used to have like all wooden sticks and shit.
Yeah,
you couldn't call illegal curves because they were like, they can't buy different sticks. This is how they are. And we're like, okay, so no illegal curves. We can't call it. They were like this, little just hooks.
Yeah, usually when you see a hook like that, it has a fish on it.
Yeah.
It usually does. It usually does.
Caddyshack.
It is.
Protas has got 29 goals.
So he'll get.
Let's
30.
just say Ovi misses by 1 this year. Misses by 1 this year to break Gretzky's record. Do you think he's going to be like, fuck, I wish I would have tight turned that back and tried to get to Ovi? Or he's just going to be like, I got my 32 goals. I don't.
But how good is that for opening night next year for ratings?
Yeah, that's true.
If we're thinking show business.
Unless Ovi pulls his Achilles working out this summer and he's done for the fucking year.
Well, he won't be working out.
No.
Just soccer.
Just hot yoga.
Yeah.
You guys got to get on. You got to get Ovi's number and just tell him again. You guys program with the hot yoga.
Hey, shout out to your coach though. By the way, Dallas Eakins was loving the hot yoga. Wasn't he?
Dallas Eakins is a fucking absolute beauty, and he sent me a video. He's coaching over in Mannheim, I believe. Dally, if I've messed up your team, I apologize. Maybe fact check that for me, Kyle. And he listens to Missin Curfew, and Dallas Eakins was one of my favorite coaches at that time in my career. His communication skill was unbelievable, and he's like, "Hey boys, yeah, I heard the podcast. Hot yoga." I can get behind that. I can get behind the hot yoga, boys. But this is what we do over here. And he had the fucking stationary bike in the sauna, Chelly style, riding her till she bucked him. And that is what Dallas Eakins does. Yeah, Mannheim. Guy's a fucking savage, man.
I love it.
You know what? I think we've talked about this before, but the thing about him is he made working out as fun as you could make it. And like we would come in on an off day and like there'd be like 5 groups of bike rides that were like an hour and he would do all 5. So it was hard for you to get on there and not be like, I'm going to give us an hour because Dally's done the first 4 hours and he's doing the 5th hour. Or maybe there was 3 groups, but he would do them all. Then he'd ride his bike to the rink, ride it home. It was fucking like uphill.
You guys doing hour bike rides?
We were doing hour bike rides, man.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
But he made it, I'm telling you boys, he made it fun and he made it enjoyable and like, yeah, like he had a way of him. Like it wasn't like Randy Carlisle back and they'd be like, get on the fucking bike, you fat fuck. You're like, fuck you, bud. Like Dally made it like you wanted to do it for
Well,
him.
he's doing it with you. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's hard to take like orders from a guy that's just so out of so fat. That's just so this arrogant.
Buddy, Randy Carlisle,
I mean, but it's kind of what made us who we are ultimately. Like we're all fucking
he used to come in.
skin because of it.
You remember those old white bikes, the white and blue bikes where you do the knot here?
We're Cybex.
He's got his little fucking nut hugger Gitchies on, Randy, with his boiler, and he's fucking spitting and fucking riding the bike. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Are you kidding me? It was so brutal.
The guy did win a Norris.
He won a Norris.
Yeah, he did.
James Norris.
Fuck use it. He looked like, has he ever had a happy day in his life though?
Was it Salai that told me he got called out this? I can appreciate this for getting so fat. He just paid with just his shells on at the end of his career. Not even anything under it, just his shells and a jock. That's when you know you're getting fat. I should have tried that. Fuck, I should have tried that.
You got a hip pointer? Yeah, I just fucking couldn't wear my pants so they wouldn't fit.
The Flash said that Randy Carlisle was the ultimate veteran guy though. Like that guy. Like Kane Rook, fucking, like he was the ultimate like veteran.
Yeah, he's like a 4-year frat star basically to those guys.
Yeah. But Dallas Eakins is a beauty. Over in Mannheim, what do you call that league?
The beer league.
Yeah, but
it's a pub league.
Yeah, the pub league.
Yeah, the pub league. Yeah.
I couldn't even get a job in that league.
That's
I wanted
crazy.
to go there. I was like, I'll play in this fucking league. Let's go. I couldn't get a gig.
That's crazy to me.
I know.
500 NHL games?
500 and change, but
What do we play?
I think
Is that a bad agent or is that the off ice?
I think it might have been the off ice. Even the rumblings were getting to Germany. They were even getting to Germany. Get this guy, Labatt Blue. Dahlia, I love you. Jonathan Huberdeau, our boy Hubie. Sorry, fellas, this was last week against the Vancouver Canucks. Hubie scored a 6 shorthanded goal, and then instantly, the next shift later, he scored a fucking power play goal. So I was like, that a boy to go up 2-1. I had the Flames money line in this game. They lost the lead late. Yeah, nobody even know they scored either. I was like, get somebody some Kits Eyewear. But he spunk dunked it. Hubie getting the shorty and a power play goal. Get yourself Labatt Blue. Up, dog. Are you dishing a blue light, fella?
Yeah, boys. Listen, this guy's been on he was my clicks guy with his brother last week, but in his 1,000th celebration game back in St. Louis, a big match too, against the Ducks, Braden Shen came out, scored a goal in his first shift, had a big fight against Trouba, sticking up for his teammate, but just an absolute stud. On a little celebration night, you go out and score first shift. That just sets the tone. All the boys are wearing his jersey and warmies. And
great video. So they call him Big Ten Shen, I guess, right? That's what everyone was calling him. Fact that he's like, hey, Big Ten Shen. That's a great nickname. Big Ten Shen.
Yes.
That makes your cock a little bit bigger walking around. Big Ten Shen.
It's a great one.
But I mean, the videos are great.
Alex Steen came out, gave him the stick, which is sick.
Yeah.
I think Army was at the governor meetings or the GM meetings, so that's cool. But I just thought it was just a highlight night for him. So Shannon, I'm sure you had a couple because you like your beers, but get yourself a Labatt Blue Light, fella.
Yeah, that congratulations little kind of tribute they threw together was Factor, Sid, his brother, Shortsy, and none other than Bob Jesus.
I thought the big Bobo looked a little nervous with the microphone.
Yeah,
he kind of, like they should have maybe got a headset. He was kind of like, he looked like me after Pebble fucking waking up with the shakes. I was like, fucking holy Christ.
Older Shen kind of went into it like it was like a draft interview too. Did he have the teleprompter?
You know what? Much like Luke Shen's career, less would have been more for that too. I get it though. That's your brother and you're really pouring your guts out. But I thought Shenner could have kept it, chopped it down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's heartfelt, right? Good Sasky boys.
You'll love this though. But Sid was like, he started his off. He's like, hey, Shenner, I can't believe, that I'm doing this video when you started in the league with the Philadelphia Flyers and you're running me out of the fucking barn when I played for Pittsburgh. But I've got to know you. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like for Sid to say that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Boys, I am going to slide a beer. I think he probably drinks non-alcoholic beer, so maybe Labatt Blue has an option, but I'm going to give one. Yeah, they got to have one. I'm going to give a non-alcoholic beer. Maybe I'll have one with the fellas. Ryan Smith, the owner of the Utah Hockey Club, last week I went down to
Beauty alert.
I went down to BYU on Monday, the day they were playing the Toronto Maple Leafs at home. But earlier that day, 5 a.m, I drove down to Provo, Utah, and got on the hardwood, and hooped with all of his buddies and him. And you know what? I must say, these guys out there, I was way out of place. I mean, I was just basically just slashing and playing good D. But these guys were all former pros.
Rodman,
Yeah, or even worse.
Just fucking driving the lanes.
Just D'ing up.
Like a poor man's Pat Beverly is how I was playing.
I like Pat Beverly.
A second-hand store Beverly. So that's how I was playing, slashing the paint, good on D. And these guys were all former, college athletes, as well as pro players. So I was way out of place. But Smitty, boys, he's a bucket. He actually could make it rain out there. The last game we played, now this was after he told all of his friends that we're going to load up the Sprinter van, go up to Salt Lake City, and we're taking you all to the game tonight. So he was kind of getting the Putin treatment a little bit in terms of the last game. But he scored all 15 points playing by 2s and 3s. He had 3 threes and 3 triples, and 3 doubles. It was pretty impressive, man. He was good. So I want to get Smitty a beer, and just I was impressed with his game.
Those are Luka Doncic stats there.
Yeah.
Joker stats.
3 triples in that game, so that was good for 9 points. Then he scored 3 twos as well, and his last one was sick too.
Any apples? Do you have any apples?
No, he scored all 15 points for the team.
Bring the 3-point line in a bit, or is it
no
3-point?
It's college, yeah. It's not NBA.
Those are Michael Jordan numbers.
Dude,
Kobe Bryant.
I'm telling you,
he's fucking shooting it.
He was hotter than a pistol in that game. He started off with banged down 3 threes, and then he kind of got to the lane, and that to ice the game, he backed the guy in, called bank. I was like, Smitty fella.
No.
I know you're. Oh yeah.
Bank's open, baby.
Wow. So was he open for the shots, or was he taking some unnecessary ones? I feel like he's a big shooter.
He's a huge shooter, yeah. But he's one of those
guys. No one's gonna say, "Hey, don't take that shot."
Hey, shooters shoot.
Well, this is his league. Yeah, this is his gym.
Shoot, get hot.
Shoot to stay hot, baby.
Stay hot, baby.
But yeah, he was.
You got to make those T-shirts, by the way.
I will.
Get hot.
With Smitty Map,
Stay hot.
I was impressed. I was like, fuck, this guy's a bucket.
I got to think he had 6 style on the court.
Nasty. He had the tights on. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked good. I look better, but he looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have maybe played a little bit dirtier? Because if you're low skill, do you think you could have been, or were you trying not to be that guy? You didn't want to get the elbows up and do you think you could have maybe played a little bit more meat and potato style, or
for my first game, Obes, with the Latter-day Saints.
Exactly. You don't want to be that guy.
I don't want to go in there, and these guys have been playing together for 10 years. They say, they got these rules. I kind of just want to oblige by their game. But I will tell you, one guy did try to back me down, and I wasn't having it. He didn't get into the paint.
No.
He kept him to the outside.
Yeah.
He learned quickly, quick shoulder right into his chest.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're not backing me in.
No, that's
backing me in.
That's where you got to have some respect for me.
You got to respect the game.
Yeah, respect the game. So
I love it. Smitty's a beauty. He's great for everything, and I knew he would have 6 style on the court. Get this guy Labatt Blue. Moving on, boys. This was a two-part one for me. Sorry. Updog mentioned St. Paddy's Day yesterday. Shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs and those gorgeous green St. Paddy's Days. Look at that. My God, get yourself a bunch of blue lights and put some green beers in them. That is gorgeous. And also their third line last night of Domi Robertson and Bobby McMahon. I thought they had an unbelievable game last night. We're going to get to on the Milk Carton about their lineup right now, something I like to see a little bit of a tinker with, but that line was great. And then last but not least for me, get this guy Labatt Blue back to the Players' Championship. Kyle's got it right here. Our boy Keegan Bradley in the rain, Ryder Cup captain, doing his thing. Crispy rice, spicy tuna. Look at this. Be the right club. Zzz. Corn dogs, hole in one. Boom. He was buying blue lights for the boys.
Absolutely.
The Ryder Cup captain, Keegan Bradley.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Labatt Blue.
I bet you he had a nice St. Paddy's Day after that.
Oh, yeah. Right? How good's that got to feel? On tour.
Make top 10.
I don't believe he did. Comcast business the other again.
Tough time not picking himself for the.
Yeah, he's playing great. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Look at that one on the scorecard. Isn't that nice?
One more time. If he goes and has a nice major season, he's playing.
What was the number on this one?
That looked like
I don't know, but that is just
185.
That is just pinchy in there. Look at that hole. All right, don't want to toss it.
7-iron. I bet
153.
153. 7-iron.
Into the fan ups. Rainy, cold.
This is a little stink.
Breeze coming off Jacksonville Beach there. You just a little choke down 7-iron and trust it. And get yourself
thinking, don't go in the water, and then it goes in the hole. And you're like, hello.
And get yourself as many blue lights as you can, boys. So
you think he just looks at his caddy and says, pass me the flask?
His caddy is a fucking beauty from Oshawa, who is buddies with Sean Fortin. He's from the Dirty Schwa. He's a great guy. Him and 30-year boys went to high school together in the Dirty Schwa.
That dirty.
In the dirty Schwa. Boys, get yourself a Labatt Blue. Always drink responsibly. Moving on here at Missin Curfew. It's the Missin Curfew Dog of the Week. Up dog. Start us off, fella. Who you got?
Obes, you just mentioned this line for the Leafs here against the Calgary Flames. Well, I'm going to go back next week. Max Domi, listen, steps up, makes a huge hit in a game that is of importance. They're playing the Florida Panthers. What didn't happen was their team jumping behind him because they fell down early. But this was a huge hit in a big game, and he steps up and scores another big goal in the game. But what I like, Obes, is just Max Domi right now. His game, he's stepping up for his squad. He's playing big boy hockey, and this is just what you got to like. Fight and a hit.
This is
Start
against
the
Nate
game
Smith.
off. Hello, how are you? Good scrap to get the boys going. You think this got the Toronto Maple Leaf fans standing up, Obes?
I'll tell you what. I wish Max would do this a little bit more because obviously we know his dad, Ty, and Ty taught him a few things. Look at him just fucking
Start the lawnmower.
And that Nate Schmidt's a pretty big guy.
He's big.
And Max isn't the biggest guy, but he can chuck him. Like there is some fierce energy behind those.
Those are like Jovo punches back in the day, huh? Yeah, he's
and like
For the popcorn.
we've got to know Max. He's a great kid, obviously, and probably, but when he gets mad, he can do this. And I'm with you, Up Dog. I like to see him do it, not every game, but a little bit more.
Create some room for your team.
Yeah.
And then you can step up and because you're going and playing good hockey like this, you can fight guys that are tougher or the guy that's your size and fucks around.
Yeah.
I'll grab you.
Fuck around. Soon you won't be around. Hey, that's what we used to say to the boys. But yeah, I love it. Max Domi, Up Dog's Dog of the Week. Swishy, what do you got, fella?
Yeah, I'm slided over to Sunday's game. It was the Anaheim Ducks visiting the St. Louis Blues, and Jordan Kyrou. I wanted to just give him the Dog of the Week because his chin took the brunt of a Jacob Trouba flying Buffalo Wild Wings chicken wing. And you know what? He popped right up. He was airborne, but he didn't miss any time. Got back to the bench. I don't know if he had to go back into concussion protocol and clear it that way. But Schenner, again in that game, honoring his 1,000th game, stepped up, fought Trouba. But I thought Kyrou, for a kid that's a little undersized, maybe criticized as being soft at times, he wore one literally right on the chin, popped up, and finished that game. So to Jordan Kyrou, fella, he is my Missin Curfew Dog of the Week. On you, kid.
I'm with you with that. Me and Up Dog have been hard on Kyrou and Thomas over the years. I think they've both started to play with a little more, kind of meat and potatoes or give their balls a tug a little bit. The thing about Jordan Kyrou, have you seen that commercial on the NHL where they go about all the nice goals?
Yeah.
They start with Bedard and then go Chucky. His little cameo is sick. He's running on the treadmill. He's like, that's not it.
Yeah.
And they show his goal of him just sniping. I'm like, that's a nice little cameo.
Yeah, that's a kid that I played with in the minors, coming up through Chicago and even St. Louis, and then saw him obviously when we were in St. Louis together. But he's got those, like how he plays on the ice with that spunk. Like he's got that at the club too. He's kind of got those, those dance moves. So that on the treadmill, kind of made sense. Like he's got that swag.
It's a great little cameo.
Yes.
Man. It's a great commercial. I'm like, I don't know if that was his idea or if somebody from the NHL or St. Louis Blues, but I'm like, he's just running on the treadmill. He's like, that's not it. I'm like,
he's got that bop.
That's selling the game. I mean, he's having a great year. 27, 29. He's got 56 points, plus 13. Him and Bobby Thomas up here doing what we said they had to do. They're 1-2 in scoring. Dylan Hollywood Holloway's coming and done a nice job. I mean, you got to give Army and Monty credit, man. This team is just, they're rounding into shape. And like you said, without Parenko, but Kyrou and Thomas are playing harder, so I'm with you on that. My Missin Curfew Dog of the Week, I'm giving it to the whole fucking team. I'm giving it to the Ottawa Senators. My boy Brady Tkachuk, Bath, Travis Green behind the bench. I took him for my lock of the night. I'm at Pebble in Todd Pickup's room just watching the game on my phone, fucking pinned, and they go in there and they win a hard-fought 3-2 hockey game to send a message up. I don't know if you guys remember, but like statement games in the league, right? Where you come in and you fucking beat someone, you're like, hey, we're for real. They are now 5 or 6 points up in the wild card, but I just thought for the Ottawa Senators to go into the big smoke, hockey night in Canada, and beat the Leafs. Brady, Bath, my Missin Curfew Dog of the Week. I'm all in on the Sens, man. I love watching them play. And that rink is starting to hum in Canada. This is a good fucking hockey club. They're going to make the playoffs. And right now, they would play the Florida Panthers in the Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk first round. Would be unbelievable.
It'd be unreal. I'm happy for Greener. I'm happy for those boys. And it's good for the country, man. It's good to have Ottawa back in the mix. Montreal kind of playing good hockey too. But just to have like the Canadian teams going good.
Yeah.
It's good for...
My question is, how is that flight home? It's only an hour. What did you do when they landed? There's nothing better than a big fucking win on the bird and a day off. You're like, where are we going, boys? Where are we going now?
Oh, my God. And can they turn the clocks back here? Because we're going to want to stay somewhere. And where's the after party after this?
If I was Green, I'm like, boys, we're staying in Toronto for the night.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm not a head coach.
Probably why you're not.
It's a big win. Good on them all, boys. Around the National League, our boy Kyle Conway, the Yzerplan. The Yzerplan, he calls it. 6 years as a GM, no moves at the deadline. What's the point? Kyle, what's your beef with Stevie Y here, fella?
Well, I'm just, we all know how great they were. I grew up in the era, Yzerman, Datsuk, Zetterberg, they won so many. It's been 6 years, and I'm just, no moves just seemed odd to me. I'm looking, I got their transactions over the last few years here up, and it's just, I don't know. They called it the Yzerplan. They said he had a plan. What is the plan? That's kind of where I'm at.
What's your 5-year plan? Don't die.
Don't die?
You brought in
Get old balls.
You bring in DeBrincat.
Loose skin.
That's great. You bring in a few guys on the back end. You overpay for guys like Ben Sherratt. You get Jeff Petrie in there, but I don't know.
You kind of teed me up to where I was going with you. I think with Petrie, Sherratt, Justin Hall,
throw Kopp in there too.
You could throw Comp in there. You could throw Comfer in there probably as well, coming off the Stanley Cup with the Avs. That Stevie Y overpaid for all those guys. I think he learned his lesson. And I'm just going off of what David Pagnotta was saying throughout the course of the deadline and after the deadline. It was steep asking prices, like big time fucking asking prices. Like, we're going to get to Scott Lawton in my Milk Carton, but like first rounder for him. So maybe just Stevie Y said, listen, I'm not going to make a mistake here. Right now, they're 2 points out of the playoffs. They've been playing well under Todd. I just think Kyle, because he made some mistakes with big UFA signings, that Updog, I don't think he wants to force it.
There's a method to, there's a method to what he's doing. I think Detroit, we obviously, the era they had in the 90s and 2000s, we expect them to be good. We expect Stevie Y to have an answer or to shake it up. So I get where Kyle comes from, but you just can't knock Stevie Y.
Kyle, you bite your tongue.
Yeah, you shut up.
Nothing against Kim and Ross, Stevie.
You're USA hockey. You bite your fucking tongue.
I got
Stevie Y.
I got the Stevie Y signed jersey hanging in my room. He's my boy. He's always been. It's just, I don't know. I'm just we've been waiting, and I do still trust in the plan. But we're waiting for something big, and when do these guys like Larkin and some of these guys, when is it enough?
I'd like to talk to them about that trade on June 29th for fucking Flynn Costin and Kamir. It was Yamamoto.
Sure though.
And for Yamamoto, what was he thinking on that one there? Jake Wallman, he traded there. We know how you feel about Bobby Fabry. I would have hung on him.
Poor Fab.
You know what, Kyle? I thought the Morastic Craig Smith was a nice pickup for him at the deadline, fella.
You know what it is?
I honestly did. I thought Morastic, mainly because you talked about Blackwood. When you bet against San Jose, I would bet against the Sharks, and Peter Morastic would kick on me. I'd be like, this guy's good. And Craig Smith's a veteran guy, so I thought that was a pretty good deadline pickup for him, to be honest with you.
You know what it is I look at him and I see how serious he is, and he scares me. And I think to myself, how does this guy go home, drink a glass of wine at night, not upset? It just seems like it's been 6 years and the pressure's kind of on, a couple head coaches. And you know what it is? It's probably just me being young and, I don't like to wait, but.
Well, listen, you got a fucking first rounder and a fourth rounder for Tyler Bertuzzi. You can chalk that up as a win. Philip Hronek, first rounder for him. I like that. I think Hronek's overrated.
Big time.
Michael Delzato for Danny O'Regan. That's not exactly a blockbuster, is it, boys? Oh, then he spun Michael Delzato for Giovanni Smith. Yeah, listen, it's a tough gig, but I don't. And the thing about it is, they were good for so long that there probably wasn't many picks and shit when he first took over, right, Swishy?
Yeah, but I just think, those are kind of minuscule trades a little bit. Some of those moves, I just think you'd like more from Kopp, probably Comfer as well, and then Sherratt maybe a little bit there. Hall definitely. You bring a guy in like that, and even Tarasenko this year too. Like, you probably want a little more from Vladdy. You're thinking, we move off of even Shane Gostisbehere and they pick up Eric Gustafsson to replace him. He hasn't been like ghost back there, so I just think there's some moves there where it's just like, But sometimes the ball ain't gonna go your way, Obes.
Yeah.
I will say that Lucas Raymond contract, I think that's going to end up being a great contract for that team. He's a great player.
What if you told that Marco Casper to fucking slide over and threw Sam Bennett right there down the pipe there? Went Larkin and Sam Bennett, Comfer.
That looks pretty good down the cock.
Yeah. Sam Bennett's going to get north of $7 million, as he should.
I think he's 8 by 8, man.
Yeah.
I think Utah should overpay for him for like 8.5. Why not?
Hey, talk to Smitty, fella.
I will.
Talk to Smitty.
I'll call him after this.
Hey, listen, I watched this team play. Their power play is nasty. They can snap it around, much like the hockey club's power play is nasty.
Nasty Smith, 972 games.
Yeah, plays hard.
220 goals, 230 out. That is a sneaky career.
I know. It seems like every time I'm on, we touch on this guy, but how about Showtime 5 points the other day? Yeah. Like just playing it back. And Sellian too.
I wanted to give him beers. I wanted to give him a blue light, but I feel like I give him a blue light every fucking week.
I know. Just seeing that just it's like brings a tear to my eye.
He's not going anywhere. He's playing again next year. I'm not fucking leaving.
Says he feels great.
Kyle Conway is worried about the Yzerplan. I'll tell you one thing. I took so many losses, and I don't feel bad for the Red Wings.
No.
They were so good for so long, and they kicked the shit out of me so much throughout my career.
Into that new barn,
Yeah,
nothing really. I still like their jerseys, but
hockey is better when they're better, though.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Flyers are. I was watching the Flyers Lightnings last night. Torch is just losing his mind on the bench. Just absolutely losing his mind. He can't help himself. But Kyle, I would say to the Red Wings fans, stick with it. I like where Yzerman's going. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year just because I think it's going to be the Sens Rangers. But they're headed in the right direction. But Kyle, you're right. It has been a long time, and they should probably be a playoff team by now. Moving on, it is Milk Carton time here at Missin Curfew. I got a couple, boys. I'll go first. The first one is D-Man always going down. And Kyle, if you could pull up the Austin Matthews goal from last night against Kevin Ball. Swishy, we've talked about this a lot. There's a time and a place to go down, and there's a time and a place to stay on your fucking feet. And this play right here to me is, why does he just stay on his feet and come out towards Matthews? Right here, just come out to him. Like, don't do that in short side, spink dink. So I'm putting all these defensemen that slide, go down way too early on the Milk Carton, stand your fucking feet.
Yeah, Kevin Ball right there too. Like he had
a tough night.
He's up and down like he's at a Catholic mass. Like, yeah, what are you doing?
Swishy, he can just stand up here, and then as soon as it goes over Matthew, push out, stick on puck, and come out a bit here.
You're 6
right here, cut out.
You're 6'8".
He's maybe worried about the high tip there with Tavares, but you got to bank on your forward, the up dog coming back across. But don't do this. Look at this.
Do you think it crossed his mind at all? Like, oh, Wolf can't see because Wolf's a short goalie. Like he wanted to stay down for Wolf.
What he did do there is he knocked away the far side of the net because his head would have took one off. If
he thought, I'm fucking in one. Austin Matthews got the puck. I'm going down to the old fucking tripod here and see if I can. I don't know what he was thinking, Kyle. I think you just got to stay on your feet.
But when you're PKing, Obi, you know you have to push out. At least
he's got to push that.
At least get to the bottom of the circle. And if you're 6'7" or whatever he is, your stick is so long. So you're going to actually push Matthews a little further out. He's sitting at the dot right there with just time and space and just picking his corner. It's like he's playing skee ball.
He's got to keep his stick to the inside to respect Tavares and to push out. That's all he's got to do.
And you can keep your feet angled that way and your stick to the middle of the ice.
Exactly.
But you can't give Matthews free reign just to pick his corner over there.
No, because this is what he's going to do.
Exactly.
Right here, look at this. Spink. It's a lot of net, though, Ups. Isn't that a lot of net under Wolf there?
That's a good shot, though.
Too. The goalie can come out.
That's a fucking good shot.
The goalie's worried about backdoor, I think, too. And Tavares high tip, he's probably...
He kind of sauced that one in a little bit like his changeup.
That was a lock of the fucking century last night, too, taking the Leafs in that one. But D-Man, from me and Jay Swish, stay on your feet. And for me... I don't want to put Brad Treliving on the Milk Carton because we'll see how the trade pans out. But I'm watching the game last night, and Scott Lawton, the last two Leaf games I've watched, he's playing on the fourth line. To me, I'm putting the trade on the Milk Carton for right now. Like, if you're going to give up a first rounder for a fourth liner, like, to me, up dog, that seems, if you're going to bring this guy in, don't you got to find him more ice time than to stick him on your fourth line? Or you could have just kept David Kampf. Like, why would you give up a first rounder if you're going to throw Scott Lawton on your fourth line? To me, that doesn't make sense to me.
Probably more so for playoff time rather than right now. And a guy that's probably going to be swung around this lineup like a cheap hooer. Yeah. So I mean, just a great option for a guy that's character guy, probably a great leader. Looks to, these guys can look at him like he's got something to say. Probably means well.
I just think, like,
I get it though. First round pick. It just goes to show what prices were at this trade deadline.
And Bobby McMahon, Domi, and Robertson are playing great as a third line, but just go back up there, Kyle. But like Scott Lawton, you trade a first rounder for him, you got to play with Lorenz and Yonkrook. It's just like, I guess you can never have enough depth, Jay Swish, but first round picks a lot for a fourth line center.
Yeah,
I don't think Lawton. I think he's a third line center. That's what I thought they brought him in for, and to me that makes more sense. As much as I don't like David Kampf. To me, and what I would do, and no one's asking me, but I would take Max Domi up where Holberg is, and I would put Lawton on the third line, Kempf, And then I would put Holmberg down the fourth line, probably take Youngkirk out of the lineup or Lorentz, in my opinion. That's what I do. I think Domi's going to get moved up the lineup sooner than later.
Yeah, you could even slide Kelly Youngkirk into that fourth line C spot, Obes. But like, I just, on the wings there, Holmberg and Robertson, man, in the meat of your lineup, like.
Holmberg just doesn't have good enough style to play with Nylander.
Are you beating Tampa? Are you beating Florida?
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, right?
He's a good-looking player.
I don't know. I'm putting it on the milk cart for now. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I like Scott Lawton, and you get traded and you come and play on the fourth line. Would that not suck if you get, like, do you not want more of an opportunity? Like, you just traded for me. You give him a first rounder, and you're putting me on the fourth line.
I mean, it's probably a Craig Berube thing, to be honest. It's probably not. Craig Berube's probably just saying, I still need to see more before he gets more ice time.
Had him in Philly, too. Young kid there.
Yeah, like that. But I mean,
a little scar tissue, maybe? A little scar tissue?
I think Chief was probably on board with bringing Lawton in. He's a good, versatile player.
I mean, our fourth liners going for first rounders nowadays.
They shouldn't be. I mean, Vancouver is allegedly saying they couldn't even get a second rounder for Besser.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I would have brought in Brock Besser. I don't know if you could fit him under the cap over Scotty Lawton.
Right.
That's my milk carton. Boys, you got anything, Swishy?
Yeah, I'd like to throw one on there actually first.
Give her.
So we spoke about this earlier. You were in Pebble. I was watching this game from I went to the Wild Goose by myself and had a pint. But, afternoon game in Buffalo, Vegas Golden Knights, they were my lock of the night. Thomas Hertl goes in on a breakaway. He's got a little bit of pressure on his backside. Jack Eichel had just scored the game-winning goal to go ahead, not 20, 30 seconds before this. He's on a breakaway on his backhand and tries to go between the legs, drop pass.
No.
Gets turned over. They go back down. Whistle gets covered. Then the next face-off, fucking boom, boom, how are you? They score, Buffalo scores to tie it up with 13 seconds left. This guy, Thomas Hertl, had a chance to put the game away and got cute. And it cost me my lock of the night. Also cost me minus 200. But, like, come on, boys. Like, when you have the empty net, like, what are we doing here?
Put it in the fucking net.
Just put it in the
Net
net.
the game.
You had a breakaway. Oh, empty net.
Yeah. And it came back to cost you.
And then it came back to cost them.
That is Milk Carton City.
Milk Carton City.
Thomas
Hertl,
Hertl.
Milk Carton
Put
City.
your face on the milk carton. Now, you cost the up dog. That would piss me off, too.
It was bad. I put it in the group text. I was livid.
I saw you were fired up. I was still cheering for you. I thought the game, you're like, it's over. I was like 2-2. I'm like, it's not over yet.
And then they went in the
Did you
shootout.
sense it?
Then there's a shootout. They get up a goal, right?
Shootouts are crapshoots. I mean,
They
like,
get up
literally.
a goal. Great goal by the Golden Knights. And then, not very often, I'd love to see the stats. If you score that first goal and your goalie saves it, what your odds are of winning.
They go up huge.
Oh, my God. It's got to be 95%. Well, then it went goal by Buffalo and save by their goalie, and it's game over.
And it's fucking minus 200 for the up dogs. DraftKings Sportsbook.
And that's a matinee.
Milk Carton, Thomas.
That's a matinee.
That's a matinee at the bump. My milk carton, boys, I wanted to bring it up just in discussion. Now, I don't think any piece of box could ever get me to do this, but I wanted to throw William Belichick maybe on the milk cart because did you see that picture that came out that his gal posted? Now, you're 70 years old, whatever you are, 75. Is any piece of trim getting you to post a picture like that to the social media of the world? You know what I mean? Like,
I need to see it.
Like I get that if you want to keep that on your phone, if you're Jordan, his gal, but to broadcast that to the entire world, I don't know. I think you got to get your house in order if you're William Belichick. Now, listen, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, and that box could be that good, especially when you're 75 years old. It probably is. I'm just saying, you can't have that come out on social media.
Yes.
So now,
I like it, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's great.
I'm with you, Swishy.
I don't know. I'm old school.
I think you keep that to yourself.
Like, I don't know. Like,
that's a nice move for the bedroom, though, for him. I mean, hey, maybe she's like, hey, Billy boy, we got to get you a little more flexible here, fella. We can't get you in the positions I want you to in the wrapper.
Like,
and that's why they're doing the
You
yoga.
have an issue with that?
well, I just think if you're coaching kids, like, it's one thing if you're retired and
Post that picture with Christina?
and you're coaching, say, college football,
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
a manly sport on the gridiron, I ain't posting that.
I'm with you.
It's teamwork. It's
No,
teamwork, baby. It's teamwork.
I'm with you.
I'll keep that on my camera roll, and, maybe when I get a little horny, I'd send it to her and be like, can we run this back?
Was it a story or a post?
It was a post. Full-on post.
See, I'll give him a story.
Okay. Yeah, expires after 24 hours.
I'd give him a story.
Okay.
I'd give him a story, but I'm not giving you a post.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're doing the fucking
Right.
Dirty Dancing one. But
Now we got the Iron Lotus.
is that what that's called?
That's the old Iron Lotus, yeah.
Oh, she's got good extension there.
Her hips are they're cleared.
Shakira.
That's a 7.
Are we sure that's Belichick? We can't see his face. Are we sure that's Bill?
Those are his hamstrings.
She seems to be having the time of her life.
She's got the headphones on.
Guarantee you got laid after this, 100%.
She's
right?
listening to a little Celine Dion. Well, yeah, you get that post, you should have a
doing the
night.
Titanic.
She is.
Yeah. I don't even know if I could do that with old Mac Miller holder up like that. And that's on me, not her. I don't know if my core strength is
These are
good
all
enough.
posted on her or his Instagram.
Well, he doesn't have one hers, yeah.
Yeah, I have no issue with it.
Updog's okay with it.
Well,
Updog was a big headstand, kind of doing shit like this.
I
Though,
had a brown handle, uppy upside.
Yeah, up.
So I think that's probably why.
Yeah, Great Wall of China.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I just wanted to bring up for debate, boys.
No, listen, I think if you're Bill Belichick, 8-time Super Bowl champ, come on.
Mel's living his best life, boys. Just let him get this young piece of ass.
Boy's already got her.
No, but like,
I mean, if it took that to get her, okay, Billy, but he's already got her.
He definitely wasn't doing this while he was working for Kraft, that's for sure. But he's just chilling now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a gig. He's got a good gig. He's going to, bring NC to probably a couple, playoff games and stuff.
We'll see what he can do with UNC.
Yeah, but
listen, for a guy who posts too much stuff on and listen, I love my girl Mac Miller, but I post too much stuff on social media. There's times I post stuff, I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Right.
Tighten it up. A, no one cares. B, it's a tough look. Like, you just don't want to be showing so much shit on social media that it's just like, it's like a conversation that me and my girl had when we first started dating. Like, I've sacrificed, I've gone the other way to post stuff. Like, when we first started dating, I was like, I don't post stuff on my feed. I just don't.
Yeah.
But then I had to make some sacrifices.
Right.
You had to make some sacrifices.
do they like that?
Because we all want face. Oh, yeah, they all want face.
Oh, they love it.
They did.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, they like to show their guy off.
No, but they like you if you post about her, too.
Well, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you posted your engagement. That was good. Like that's the stuff they like, right? You posted your engagement.
I hope so.
One knee in Central Park or wherever you were.
Yeah, but like the
Capital.
whole, like, I don't know if they like it. Because they're
No, they
like, I don't like that photo of me.
No, they like it.
No,
That's
they just want you to like show the world that you're with them.
Do they want to edit it before you post it, or are they?
They want to probably pick the picture, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't give her any content. Like, she doesn't get last cut. If I'm putting something out there, I put it out there.
it's your hand.
And I'm always picking, and she's a lot better looking than me, so I'm picking the picture that I look least fat,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Good angles.
Angles.
Yeah.
But angles.
Yeah, it's-
But I'm with you. Don't change. Keep the social media guys on their toes. Like, let's not get over the line here of like, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah, you're lucky if I'm
Spitting on you.
going to follow you back. Yeah, you got to earn that.
Block it for a bit. A little block. I like that.
Hide your story, eh? Where you at?
What are you doing? Where you at, babe? Presented by Kits Eye Care. You've seen us and the fellas rocking them. Now it's time to get yourself into the game. Kits is running a limited time first pair free offer for our Missin Curfew listeners. Use code Curfew to grab your free pair of prescription glasses or $38 off a pair of progressive glasses. You'll thank us later. Fellas, this is a shout out to our boy Brad Richardson. He put this in the Missin Curfew team notes. I didn't see this live, but I saw it this morning. Kiefer Shearwood, who plays his Booyah behind the back to Almond, number 88 there for the Canucks. What a look. What a dish. He must have his Kits Eyewear on for that one. I'll tell you what, this Kiefer Shearwood plays a physical game, but that, you're talking about Patty Kane, that's showtime right there, Swishy.
Nasty little backhand through his own legs, I believe, and the defenseman's legs. Nasty little backside reverse over to Amon. Number 88.
Number 88.
The Vancouver Canucks. Put eyes in the back of your head. Obes, that's a nasty little dish. Suck 3 guys in.
Just going to say.
Backdoor fella.
No, look at the way he caresses the puck. What a word, caress. But like he cradles the puck on the backside of his hip, which opens up and gives him the room from the D, and then he slides it like backhand roll through his feet. I mean, that's just a tasty, tasty pass. Oh man, what a goal!
How many backdoor tap-ins did you get like this up? So I didn't get fucking any. Swishy, I don't know about you either. Oh, that's
a little offside.
Maybe a couple.
Give it to him there. I want to look at it from the Chicago Blackhawks perspective. D-zone. We've got 3 guys going to 1 guy here. Watch them all. This is why they stink. Look at them. 4 guys on 1 guy. Backdoor. Kits Eyewear. Dish of the week. Yeah, Updog, Swishy. I can't get behind the Canucks and the old real. I love the real Rocket talk. Yeah, the JT Miller trade. I can't get over it. I don't know what to tell you. But that Kiefer Sherwood plays the game the right way.
Good player.
So boys, pickleball tomorrow. 10:30.
Pacific
Standard Time. Yep. Shout out to Craig Manchester. He's letting us use his unbelievable court. Looking forward to it, boys. Updog, thank you. Jay Swish, it's always great having you here. Hall Pass Media, Kyle Conway, Max Ice Pick Pickup. Thank you, fellas. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.